Whether this is rotten, it looks like it's been here quite some time.
It feels pretty sturdy, and I know that wood rots slower in colder climates. I'm hoping this is going to be strong enough. Last year, though, in the UK, over 80 people died by falling into rivers.
What I've got to do here is just really grip with my thighs and then just use my hands to lift myself up and shift my body along. But this is all about just keeping your balance and I guess also keeping your nerve.
Either way, I'm pretty committed now.
With all of this moss and rotting wood and water, it's literally just like grease up here, and I do not want to end up down in that.
Falling into this fast-flowing, freezing white water in all my clothes would leave me very little chance of survival.
What's awkward is just getting over all of these dead branches. Wow, and it's not doing my manhood much good either. Whoa.
Now that I'm off, I can see if this has been a risk worth taking. I'm leaving the crew behind while I check this out. I don't want them taking unnecessary risks until I know this is my way home. These old dwellings can be a real safe haven for anyone who's lost, and hikers will often leave supplies in them for others to use.
It's looking pretty deserted. Although it does look like somebody's been doing some work in here. But it's just not the supplies I was hoping for. You know, I've known it before. I've turned up these bothies in Scotland, and literally it's been like a wood-burning stove, pre-laid fire. I've even known it to have like a little tin of sugar and tea bags. But there's nothing really I can use.
The builders won't be working here in winter, and while there are still a few hours of daylight left, I've got to keep moving. I can't help feeling a little down. I really thought I'd find my way out of here. And walking through all this moss and heather is exhausting. It's really hard to see what you're stepping on.
It's the third time I've done that in an hour. It's getting boring. Losing my whole leg and foot in all these holes.
But survival is about trying just to keep positive, even when you're cold and tired. Following the river will always lead you downhill, but that doesn't mean it will take you on an easy path to safety. For the second time, the river has led me to a dead end.
Well, the river's brought me down now to this loch, which is the name for a Scottish lake, and look at this, it's absolutely huge.
The largest Scottish loch stretches over 27 miles. I know there will be a river somewhere running out of this loch, but it could take me ages to find it. My best option is to keep the mountains behind me, then I'll be heading north, and that should take me towards the nearest towns. It's easy to get disorientated in forests. To stop myself from walking in circles, I focus on a tree in the distance, and when I reach it, pinpoint another target and head for that. But this is a difficult and exhausting terrain to get through.
Stuff's just such a nightmare to walk on. It's all like just heather and hidden branches and moss, and also these peat holes I keep stepping in.
It'd be so easy to sprain an ankle badly. I've got to keep moving. The light is starting to fade, and I could still have many miles to go. I've been walking in this for hours, looking for any sign of a way out of here. Only 1% of this once huge Caledonian forest remains today, and this is one of the most popular areas for hikers to visit in summer. There will be trails somewhere in this area, and it looks like the landscape is changing now ahead of me.
This is a good sign for me. You can see over there that the trees suddenly change you know, they're lighter and they're also in these rows. And that means one thing, a plantation. But what I'm hoping is that it's a logging plantation. So where there's logging, there's trucks. And where there's trucks, there's roads.
But in this area, there are hundreds of thousands of acres of these tree farms. But they'll only be logging a few areas at a time. These non-native pine trees are planted less than 3 feet apart. I want to keep a straight path through these trees, but it's not easy.
All of this is poke your eye out forest. All these spindly little branches. And all of these sort of big old tree stumps. Not making it easy.
The trees are so closely packed that the light fades even faster in here. It's so easy to get disorientated and lost.
This is what I was hoping for. Look, definite signs of logging. And this means I must be getting close to finding my way out of here. And look, more.
The wood is freshly cut, the ends look clean, and I can smell the pine resin. The road has to be nearby, but in this thick tree cover, I could be less than 20 foot away and not see a road. Just when I think I'm here for another night, I find what I'm looking for.
This road for me just means one thing. My way home. And maybe once there I'll treat myself to a little Scotch whiskey.
The harsh beauty of this Scottish landscape has remained unchanged for centuries. It is a place I love, and one of the few areas left in the UK which still has this raw and untamed spirit.
接下来进入帝王蟹盛产期才几天，有些渔船已经大捞特捞，有些却一无所获。艾美奖提名系列影集《渔人的搏斗》接着播出。